Ministry of Tourism encourages Bali to socialize circular on Christmas and New Year tourism regulations. And GIPI Bali proposes collecting garbage in the sea before it reaches Kuta Beach. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is December 28th, 2023, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today up in Singaraja? Well, it is sunny and cloudy both, and it is hot, 31 degrees, and the humidity is all the way down to 64% today. So just yesterday, or 2 days ago, it was 28 at this time in the morning. This is 8:30 a.m. It was 28 and the humidity was 79%. So a different day today, and we didn't get any rain yesterday up here, but see lots of flooding still going on and a lot of water damage around the island. So just the usual weather warning: if it's raining hard and windy, stay away from trees for one thing, and hang out, find a cafe, a restaurant, a bar to enjoy yourself and watch the day float by. Okay, let's get into it. Ministry of Tourism encourages Bali to socialize circular on Christmas and New Year tourism regulations. Better late than never. The Ministry of Tourism wants Bali to be the most socialized area with the circular regarding the implementation of tourism during the 2024 Christmas and New Year holidays. This is because Bali is currently the locomotive of Indonesian tourism, as we all know. Acting Deputy for Marketing of the Ministry of Tourism, Nimade Ayu Marthini in Denpasar, said that it is important to implement the contents of the directive because Bali has started to experience an increase in visits of up to 15% during the Christmas season, and there are a series of end-of-the-year festivals that will be held. Coordination needs to be done, she said, so that all stakeholders, including the security and weather sectors in Bali, get better information because Bali is the locomotive of Indonesian tourism. We want to make sure because there are many activities and visits both internationally and domestically in these weeks. The Ministry of Tourism's directives are regulated in the circular letter of the Ministry of Tourism number SE1 concerning the implementation of safe, comfortable, and enjoyable tourism activities during the 2025 Christmas and New Year celebrations, with 3 targets. First, to governors, regions, and mayors to ensure the implementation of the Indonesian National Standard on CHSE in tourism destinations and tourism businesses. Ensure the implementation of risk-based tourism business standards in accordance with the regulation of the Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy number 4 of 2021, back during the pandemic. And that's CHSE, cleanliness and health standards. Next, prepare coordination with related parties in each region, such as destination managers, hospitals, the Indonesian Red Cross, the police, BPBD, that's the emergency people, and socialize to tourists the use of transportation modes that have met the standards of eligibility and safety procedures in order to create safe, comfortable, and enjoyable tourism activities. The second target is for tourism attraction managers and tourism business actors to ensure the implementation of SOPs and occupational safety and health standards in tourism businesses is carried out strictly, that business actors consistently implement them according to the established SOPs, conduct spot checks on safety and suitability, and carry out regular maintenance on facilities, cooperate with local MSMEs regarding the provision of tourist needs, and mitigate natural and non-natural disasters for their businesses by coordinating with related parties. In addition, the Ministry of Tourism asks them to provide clear information on operating hours, special rules, and activities that will take place during the holiday period, both physically and digitally. Tourist attractions and recreation parks are urged to support the provision of rest areas for tourist transportation drivers, good for that, and adequate parking areas, yes. Encourage tourists to apply the principles of sustainable tourism through cleanliness campaigns, taking into account the capacity of tourist attractions. And third, the general target for all parties, including tourism associations, is expected to ensure the readiness of officers and managers in providing tourism services at tourist attraction locations. Be aware of developments and weather changes, yes, by paying attention to BMKG information, that's the government weather source. Play a role in improving security and disaster mitigation planning at tourist locations, and provide information to tourists so that they actively seek information related to the risk of tourism activities that will be carried out at the destination properly. So all of this is supposed to be socialized to everybody involved in tourism, including the tourist as well. And so the government is trying to provide a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable time for tourists coming to Bali during the holiday season. Okay, and there's been a lot of talk and photos and videos on social media about trash in the ocean, especially down in the Kuta beach area. And this happens every time this year. When we get the rains, trash washes up from everywhere. And of course, everybody blames somebody, but it does not look good, right? Tourists put this online and it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, it's on YouTube. It looks bad, and the tourists say, gee, I came to Bali for the beautiful beaches and look at all this trash. Well, what can be done about it? Well, the trash issue, goes on and on and on. In the meantime, what about the trash on the beaches? GIPI Bali proposes collecting garbage in the sea before it reaches Kuta Beach. The waste that has hit the west coast of Bandung has become a concern for the Indonesian Tourism Industry Association, GIPI. GIPI Bali also proposed that waste from the sea be collected while it is still at sea, so it does not reach the shore. This proposal was submitted when GIPI Bali attended a discussion with the Ministry of Tourism in Denpasar this past Thursday. My input regarding the garbage in Bandung Regency in the future is to collect it from the sea, not to collect it on the beach anymore. For how to do it? Well, maybe we can think about that, said the chairman of the Indonesian Tourism Industry Association. Responding to GIPI's proposal, acting deputy for marketing at the Ministry of Tourism, Nima Deayu Marthini, agreed to propose the idea to her ministry. According to her, efforts to handle marine waste are possible, considering that a number of countries have already done this using ships or nets. These ideas can be gathered together at once. Later, there will be a clean tourism task force, another task force. We can process these ideas if we can establish cooperation between the central government, regional governments, the private sector, and the Ministry of Environment. The Ministry of Tourism sees the waste problem as a serious matter because it affects coastal tourist destinations. However, the problem will not be solved if all regions only blame each other for the origin of the waste sent each year, as I was saying. For the short term, towards the end of the year, head of Bali Tourism Office, Jokbagus Pamayun, said that there have been no steps to collect waste at sea, but rather strengthening manpower and equipment on land to clean up waste on the coast of Kuta Beach. From the report obtained, currently the Bandung Regency government has prepared a garbage truck, because often the garbage that comes in is in large sizes, such as tree branches and tree trucks, so it requires a transportation fleet. In addition, the local government also continues to discuss the best pattern for handling garbage, because the problem of Bali tourism, besides congestion and land conversion, is garbage. Well, and we all know about that. Garbage and traffic. Garbage and traffic. The same thing. And this has been going on for years and years and years, and eventually it may get solved. And sticking with tourism, there have been more talks about, no, Bali is not over-touristed. It's just too many people down in one area. They're congregating down in the south. How come? Well, the most complete facilities, South Bali, invaded by tourists. Pak Pamayun, back to him again, revealed the reasons why tourists like to stay and travel in South Bali compared to other areas of Bali. There's complete facilities, close access to the airport. These are the main reasons why tourists choose the South Bali region. Tourist visits to Bali continue to increase, especially during the end of the year holiday season like now. Pak Pamayun said the large number of tourists in these Sarbagita areas is inseparable from the various tourist destinations offered in this region. Maybe because accessibility in South Bali is easiest. Getting to the airport is close, there's culinary centers, there's several attractions as well, he said. Pak Pamayun said in November of this year there were 5.8 million foreign tourist visits to Bali. The foreign nationals who dominated came from Australia, India, China, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Domestic tourists, 9.1 million. According to him, this number is not yet optimal. Jeez, when looking at the potential of tourist destinations outside Sarbaguita. Bali is not over tourism, it's just concentrated in South Bali because of the easy access to everywhere. Pak Pumayun emphasized that his party will launch a travel pattern, namely a tourist travel pattern to North, East, and West Bali next year. This tourist travel pattern is one of the efforts to equalize tourists in Bali so that they do not accumulate in the South Bali area. Bali Tourism Office has also communicated with the Association of Indonesian Tours and Travel Agencies, ASITA Bali. We have communicated with ASITA. They just have to sell the tourist travel patterns to partners. We hope this will start next year. Everything is going to start next year. Last year it was going to start this year. The year before that it was going to start that year. This is just, well, that's the pattern. So a travel pattern, I don't know what that is, but I'm waiting on the edge of my seat to see what's going to happen. Okay, let's talk about that road collapse down in the Ubud area. Landslide due to rain, road connecting two villages in Gianyar cut off. The connecting road between two villages in Pejeng was cut off. The incident, this happened on Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning, began with the emergence of a rumbling sound. The rumbling sound was first heard by Jero Mangku Wayan Karsa, whose house is near the collapsed road. Initially, he heard a fairly loud rumbling sound. Then, he checked the source of the rumbling sound and found that the connecting road had collapsed. And this image is not the best one. There's one that I saw that I couldn't download, wow, which is huge. Next, he immediately contacted the head of services in the village, and from this information, he then contacted the head of Pejeng village and the police and a number of other authorities, including the Gianyar BPBD team. The relevant parties conducted a check of the location of the collapsed road. From the data obtained, the road is broken with a depth of approximately 25 meters and a width of 15. So a big part of the road collapse. There were no fatalities in the road collapse incident. Wow, that's fortunate. Of course, access to the two villages is blocked. So this road is used for the economy, for agriculture, for education, and so there's no traffic. There is just this really narrow section there, and well, you cannot get through there. In order to anticipate the desired result, which is to fix the road, the sub-district took quick steps. Currently, the connecting road between the villages is completely closed because it's very dangerous for the safety of road users. They've put up a bamboo network in order to keep people from using the road, trying to use the road. I don't know why people would do it, but some people obviously would do it. Meanwhile, for repairs, they will wait for the relevant parties to come because to patch the road requires large materials, from filling to asphalting to make it smooth again. And that is going to take some time, I think. In the meantime, I'm not sure how people are going to go around up there, but this kind of stuff is happening all over the island. This is one of the worst situations, I think, in terms of just size. And to wrap it up, something on waste management. Good news up here in Buleleng. Buleleng adds ammunition to resource-based waste management. As many as 5 reduce, reuse, recycle waste processing sites, TPS3Rs, they're called, in 5 villages in Buleleng were completed this year. The construction of the TPS3R is funded from the State Revenue and Expenditure Budget, APBN, through the Indonesian Ministry of Public Works and Public Housing, PUPR. The 5 new TPS3Rs are located in Setra Desa Adat Buleleng, Alasangker Village in Buleleng, Bengkala Village in Buleleng, the Peha Village in Kubatambahan area, and Pelapuan Village in Busung Biu district. Each one receives a budget of 500 million rupiahs. Head of Public Works and Spatial Planning Agency in Buleleng, said that the TPS3R construction assistance for Buleleng Regency is routine every year. The Buleleng Regency government has indeed proposed to the central government in stages every year, adjusted to village sub-districts that are ready and committed to managing waste independently. Buleleng routinely receives this assistance not only because we proposed it, but also because this is a reward from the central government for the good performance of the Buleleng Regency government in managing waste. The budget disbursement is projected for the construction of operational buildings, hangars, and also three-wheel vehicles. Through the construction of the TPS-3Rs, it is expected to further strengthen villages, sub-districts, and source-based waste management, thus creating a clean and healthy environment without polluting other villages. The target villages and sub-districts receiving assistance propose this themselves. However, the regional government tasked with proposing to the central government prioritizes villages that are ready to commit to managing waste and already have land available. Recipient villages must provide at least 4 ar of land to build this. The Buleleng government also continues to strive to increase the number of these in each village, so that source-based waste management can continue to be improved. The latest data from 148 villages and sub-districts, TPS-3Rs have only been built in 58 locations of those. For next year, we will also propose to build more. The target is to get at least 5 more. The location points are still in process. Our hope is that eventually all villages and sub-districts in Buleleng will have a TPS-3R. So some good news on local waste management. Okay, and that is it. I can hear grandchildren downstairs screaming. So the joys of being a grandparent. And that is it for today. Okay, thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, stay safe, and have a great holiday. If I don't see you until New Year's, well, have a great New Year's. Sampai jumpa.